This achievement is a dream for all of you, not only you and the students. We were also having the dream at that time. All we were failing to succeed. Such a tough task it is. So she will discuss with us, and she will be with us, and she will guide us. She will guide in future also if you require. You can introduce yourself as RKV student and ask for the doubts. Certainly she will answer from there on. Thank you very much for the given opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Let's take a moment to reflect on our aspirations and remember our purpose for joining this event. Before we invite our esteemed guest speaker, Ms. Vidyadhari ma'am, to share her experiences and insights, I would like to take a moment to express our gratitude to Alumni Association who worked tirelessly to make this event happen. In fact, the Alumni Association has taken a remarkable initiative to connect our past with our present, and they will be inviting a distinguished alumna or alumnus every month for campus, providing us a unique opportunity to learn from their experiences and achievements. Let's take a look at the Alumni Association body. Mr. Ram Mohan, R08 batch, is the president of the body, and R10 batch Dinesh is vice president, and Hemant from R11 batch is the public relations officer, and the other important members who have contributed very much to make this event happen. So, moving on to our esteemed guest speaker, Vidyadhari Akka. She is a native, Vidyadhari ma'am. Well, this is what happens when we have a senior here. So, I would like to take a moment to express my apologies. So, Vidyadhari ma'am is a native of Nandaluru, coming from a background of educators with her parents being both teachers who run a high school, Gobbilla Shankaraya Memorial High School, and Vidyadhari ma'am has also served for 1 year as a teacher in their high school, and also it shows her dedication to her commitment to the education and her leadership skills during her services, and recently, she has been appointed as the Joint Collector for Chittor district. Let's hear more from Akka. Sorry, Vidyadhari.
Respected Director Sir, and all the HODs and faculties, and my batchmates who are watching this online, and also all the young students, young friends. A very good morning to you all. I cannot express in my it's definitely a privilege to come and before all the teachers who have taught you. Teachers, I am stressing it and I mean it. All the excellent teachers, I can remember all the faces also. And to stand here and speak before them is definitely a privilege. I thank once again the Alumni Association and also the director sir and all the faculty for calling me here, for giving me this opportunity so that I can stand here and speak. So thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much to all the RGURAA Valley team. Really becoming emotional with time. I will try to make it normal. I strongly believe that in our lifespan, especially in student life, right from school to till the time you graduate, there will be one point which is the defining moment of that particular student. The student who he or she was prior to that moment and who he or she is after that moment, there will be a lot of change. So at that point of time, due to various activities they do or various challenges they face, they'll get a confidence in life. When I say confidence in life, I'm not talking about semester exams or competitive exams in general. What I'm trying to say is, at that defining point of time, you will get that confidence that come what may in your life, you will be facing it. It's not that you're great or something, but you will figure out how to face it, and at the end of the day, you will manage it. So I honestly say that that defining moment happened to me in Triple IT. I'm honestly saying that. So in PUC, still 10th class, I was not very confident. I used to just do basic education only. And I was afraid of numbers and all. After coming to PUC, I learned a lot. We used to have thanks to learning by doing pedagogy. So we used to have excellent mentors, maths, physics teachers. So because of all these people, which I felt as a challenge till then in my life, I understood that nothing is a big challenge if I know how to put right efforts at right place in right time. So for that, I'll be ever grateful to RGURAA. So with this opening remarks, I would like to just briefly tell about what I did. So as sir was mentioning, I completed my schooling in my village, which is in Mandali. That school was run by my parents only. Again, thanks to them. Though I was born in a normal rural village, I was given a decent quality of education. And after that, I have joined PUC here. So in PUC, I was a decently good student. I used to study well and I used to take exams very seriously. And like I was saying, I used to like maths, physics a lot. Chemistry, of course, I was not mature enough that time to understand that there is no liking regarding subject. Subject is a knowledge we have to learn anyway. So it was very good experience, PUC. I was just mentioning to the director sir and also ma'am that when I was here, we only had hostels and college class buildings. We did not have this much infrastructure. So it's still a very great experience. We survived all those things. We used to say, like there used to be in-house saying, "Aake valila survive aithe ekkadena survive avuతారు బయట" అనేసి. No, not now. I don't know now. But we used to say that for RGU 8 and 9 batches because I was telling to my driver also. మేము వచ్చిన ఫస్ట్ 2008 సెప్టెంబర్లో జాయిన్ అవ్వడానికి వచ్చినప్పుడు కొండలు కొట్టి రోడ్డు వేసేవాళ్ళు. కొండలు రోడ్డు కూడా ఉండేది కదా. సో దగ్గర నుంచి బోల్గా పడిపోయి మళ్ళీగా పడే ఛాన్సెస్ ఉంటాయి. But it was good. It was great learning experience. Then I entered engineering. I was not very good student in engineering. I did not study well. Like as they say, I turned into that rogue student who was not taking education. Like some factors, that is that age, you know, you will be by so many things. But still, at the end of the engineering, I had a clarity that I write great. I was inspired by many of the faculties who came from premier institutes then. Many gold medalists from state universities were here for us in PUC as well. And for engineering, we used to have professors, like senior staff from premier IITs. So we all as a batch, I think all the RGURAA as a batch, we were inspired by them. When those young MTech IITians used to come to our classes and used to teach, we all were very inspired. So at the end of the college, I was having a clarity that I'll write the exam, I'll write GATE, I'll do MTech. Then if time permits or if things happen, I'll continue with PhD. And I thought I'll either join a teaching profession because I was interested in that. Or I thought I'll write some engineering service and join some PSU. So definitely civils was not in my list then. So this was my plan and I was preparing accordingly. After my college, due to some unforeseen circumstances, I had to work in my school. So I was basically supporting my family. I would like to say that it was one of the important year in my whole life till now. So, see, till when you are in college, no matter how much we scored our college, we scored the exams, you are in a safe space, that you should understand. As long as you are in college, your parents take care of you, the system takes care of you, even if you do mistakes, no one is going to punish you. You are in a very safe space, I'm telling. So this is, once you move out of it, once you move out of the college, you're on your own, you become a proper adult, you're on your own and you have to figure out things. So I was at that stage of my life in that 1 year, so I was working in the school in Nandalur Mandal. I saw many things, not just related to education. I saw how people were there, how that is when I was exposed to government systems. Tahsildar office ఉంటుంది అందరికి తెలిసింది మండల లెవెల్లో, గవర్నమెంట్ స్కూల్ ఉంటుంది, తహసీల్దార్ ఆఫీస్, గవర్నమెంట్ హాస్పిటల్ ఉంటుంది, పోలీస్ స్టేషన్ ఉంటుంది. So that was when first time I entered all these government offices. Then in that 1 year I had one very good realization. The realization is that our systems are strong enough not to do the right thing, but strong enough to make common people vulnerable. I'll explain that. So, we will pass the office helper. You all will be applying scholarship and all. These fellows will take money for certificate. I also take. So when we go to office, without a small OBC certificate, we are forced to pay something, or this is recording. I'm just going talking about my division. So you're a normal student, you have no background or nothing, you just go for OBC certificate. You're supposed to, you will, they'll make you to come some multiple times. Then your father goes, then finally you give something, and then it gets settled. But అదే తహసీల్దార్, అదే any government employee, అదే ఊర్లో ఒక big landlord encroachment చేస్తే, will he be able to remove that encroachment? So that's what I was trying to say. Our systems are strong enough, not always to do the right thing, but to make the common person vulnerable. Common person includes you and me. Even now, we all are common person. So that is when I realized, so instead of blaming system by standing here, system instead of blaming the system, why not just we enter the system and see what we can do. So I'm not telling we will bring revolutionary changes. Maybe at that time when I decided I was just out of the college, the gang blood will be there. Maybe up to we clear, we change everything. That might be definitely the thought which I had entertained. But now, once you enter the system, we can do a lot of incremental changes. So that is one major reason why I chose civil services. So in that year only I decided. Till then I was not aware of the exam, or I was not aware of how service will be. So then I decided, and then I started preparing. So anyway, in the interaction session, I know all of you will be posing questions regarding preparation. So I'll be keeping that for that time. So during preparation, I did from Chennai only. I did not have any guidance. I joined, so I googled some online coaching institutes. I did not go to Delhi because Delhi is far away. So Chennai was closer to home. I joined there, and it took me some time because there was no proper guidance. I was just following whatever was there. In meantime, I figured out 3 to 4 attempts. I figured out I changed my option. I must say this preparation phase was the most difficult time in my entire life till now, whatever 28-29 years. So when I say difficult, I'm not talking about exam. So when I gave it in the first, when I gave the exam for the first time, I cleared mains, I went to interview, I missed by single margin. So somehow I knew that I can crack the exam. The difficulty was not because of the exam. I want all of you to listen this. See, your early 20s are there. Early 20s are very volatile. So till college, everything is taken care of you. Once you come out of it, so you need to be economically sustainable. You have to earn your own bread and butter. Then your personal life is in chaos. Your parents are growing old. You professionally are not very strong. Sometimes you don't even know what you want to become. Many times in the preparation, even I had that question. So not every time we will have the life completely figured out. So because of all these things, early 20s are very volatile, and I was also a victim to that. Most of the people who prepare in the early 20s, they are all victim to that volatile situation, and it was very difficult, I'm telling you. The most difficult is, you cannot ask for money from family all the time. For boys, it will be even more difficult, no matter how much we talk about gender equality and all. It's still difficult, and for girls, I have seen in my friends, there is a pressure for marriage. Luckily, my mom was progressive enough not to force that on me. But for girls in preparation, that is a major challenge, and for boys, you need to earn. Of course, at the end of the day, both of you have to earn for yourself. So I was working, so first 2 attempts I have prepared, like first 1 attempt only I have prepared by sitting in the hostel. After that I started working. Then we need to face every other aspect of your life. Your personal life will be going somewhere, your parents' health will be going somewhere, and at that time your college, your batchmates, your friends will all be settled and they'll be earning in lakhs and crores. And I am still earning in some thousands only, and which is still not sufficient. So it's definitely a challenging task. Not an easy period. But how I survived is mainly 2 things. I had very strong family support. My mom and my brother were there. They were my backbone. They always believed in me more than I believed in myself. And the second thing, my friends. I had very good, encouraging friends. Few of them are from RK Valley itself. In that way, I'm again thankful to RK Valley because of giving me those solid friends who will stick for you with life. So I had very good support system. So my friends used to pay for my test series as well. I had a friend named Vasu, so she used to send money for test series and all. So I had very good friends system, support system. No matter whatever you go, which career path you become, how much money you are earning, at the end of the day, your family is important and your support system is important, which might include your friends or your relatives. So stay true to them. Don't ever take them for granted, no matter what stage you are in. Your parents are your biggest supporters. Everything comes second to them. Usually in this age group, when you are in college, you might be picking so many fights with your parents. No, it's okay, that's fine. That's just a determinant of your age. But at the end of the day, your parents are your final supporting system. Respect them, treat them with huge respect. You don't know what sacrifices they are doing for you to sit here, for you to try the dreams whichever you think. So parents are the ultimate supporting system in your life. Because of them, I could survive. Because of some great friends and their emotional support and my family, I could survive. And I cleared the exam in 2021. In CSC, I cleared both civil services and forest services in single exam. So I cleared and then I went for training. After that, everything was good only. Some other kind of difficulties will come. Then after clearing, we go for 2-year probation period. So I was allotted Andhra Pradesh cadre. So cadre is something where you will be working for the rest of your life. So it is based on preferences we give and the rank we get and also the vacancies. It involves a lot of factors. Not everyone will get to work in the cadre which they like. So there is a lot of element of luck in that. So then I was allotted Andhra cadre, which I am very grateful for. And then we went to 2-year probation period, as I was saying. So initially, the probation training happens in Mussoorie. It's in Uttarakhand. Most of you might be knowing because you are nodding heads. So it's called Ladakh. It's a very good place, very beautiful place. Again, there also, like in engineering, I was not studying well. But the thing is, you need to interact with many people. You need to explore different activities which you think you like. From peers, we can learn a lot. So that's what we did. We had best officers coming to the academy to teach us. They used to share their experiences, the kind of difficulties they have faced while doing their collectorship or while doing their joint collectorship. It was all a very great experience. After that, in the 2 years only, we'll come to district training also. That I did in Nellore district. So I was assistant collector under training in SPSR Nellore. that was about 1 year. There we do all the charges, like I will work as VRO, then I work as revenue inspector, then I work as Tahsildar, then I work as RGURAA sub-collector. So we do from granular structure, so we know what they are doing, and when I sit as sub-collector, I know how he is hiding the facts or how he is trying to manipulate. So it's a great learning experience, and I had two wonderful collectors who trained me. And after that, last December 2023, I completed my probation. Then I was posted as sub-collector Kandukur, which again is in SPSR Nellore. Kandukur was one of the oldest subdivision and also one of the second largest subdivision after Madanapalli. It was a great working experience, and we did elections. So 2024 elections. So 2024 elections lo manaki both MLA elections, MP elections cheyali. Idea unda meeku? Nice. I was not doing this when I was in college. So I was returning officer for MLA election and assistant returning officer for MP election. So returning officer means I conduct the MLA election in my MLA constituency, and I declare one winning candidate, and I return that to ECA. So that's the returning officer. So I was returning officer for Kandukur Assembly constituency and assistant returning officer for parliamentary constituency. Usually it's a luck to get such good opportunity the moment I entered the posting. Only our batchmates across the country, 2021 IAS father got that opportunity. And I must say elections is a wonderful experience. It's such a massive experience because three things. First thing, you have to mobilize many people. I had 271 polling stations, and each polling station I had to send 5-6 people as a polling party. So I have to mobilize some 1,000 to 2,000 polling people, and there will be someone called sector officers. Elections May 13 జరిగితే January నుంచి we have to ensure that polling stations are well enough, there are ramps, all facilities ఉన్నాయని చూసుకోవాలి. Then we have to purify the record, voter list purify చేసుకోవాలి. Such a huge, massive task, and it will improve your working capital like anything. I was very grateful for that opportunity, and successfully we did it. And second thing is timelines. We have to do everything in time. One problem with in general government or bureaucracy is they call policy paralysis. So 20 minutes to cheyalsindi, we take it for some days and all. So that's a regular issue which we find in bureaucracy. But in election, it won't allow you to get into that lax mode, lazy mode. You have to do it. Evening 48 hours to report ravali, you should send report. So in that way, our system will become very efficient. And the third thing, you will have the freedom to implement everything by rule. There will be no influences, no pressures. Book lo age unte we can implement the act as such, and we can do as many cases as possible. So being young and new to the service, that gives us little thrill also, because we are following the rule. That's why we came to the service. So because of all these three things, selection was a very great experience. Because all my batchmates had a very wonderful experience. Then after that, recently just 2 days back only, I got transferred to Chittor as a joint collector. It's a promotion basically. 28, I'm still figuring out how to be as a joint collector. It will take some time, but again, one good thing with the service is we get to work with best minds. Best minds who want to put all their efforts, who want to put all their resources for public good. When I stand here and say public good, and when a public servant, the civil servant comes here and says public good, some of you might feel little irony. Any సంవత్సరాలు చేస్తుంటే there should be so much improvement. That's what the question comes. Even if నేను అక్కడ కూర్చోంటే ఒక 10 years ముందు I would have had the same question. I think we also had one collector, when we were in the engineering, I think even or something. We had one collector and assistant collector who came to college and addressed this. So I was having that question. You also might have the same question, and that's probably there. But I can say one thing: we all are here to do the incremental changes. Today, that's not how system works. That's how dictatorships work. So, but I can definitely say my predecessors who were in public service, civil service, they all did a good job, especially in our state of Andhra Pradesh. We have excellent civil servants who have dedicated their lives. For example, SR Center in Sir is there, who also worked as Naglu district. He was more trusted by Maoists than any other person. So they used to call him for negotiations. Usually the Maoists would threaten to the collectors kind of statement. So whenever they used to have an issue, they used to call him, they used to kidnap him. తీసుకెళ్ళి వాళ్ళ వెల్లో నుంచి డిస్కస్ చేసి మాకు ఇది కావాలని చెప్పి they used to send him back. So that kind of great officers and legacy we have in our cadre especially. So when you get to work with all these people, you know, you understand how small you are and how much is there more to learn. There is definitely much more to learn, and I'm always grateful for getting that opportunity. For you all, I would like to say some very few things. Definitely not be ambitious. I was not ambitious when I was in college. I used to take things very lightly. Okay, something else. No, be ambitious. Take your life in your control. But that doesn't mean everything happens as per your way. At the end of the day, life happens in its own course. At least you should try for what you want. Figure out what you want. It may not be correct. It may not be good thing for you right now. But it's okay. Even now, I don't know what is good for my life. Most of us don't know in 20s and 30s. So see what you want, put a goal, work hard for it. There are no limitations, I'm telling you. If I could do this, it's a testimony to the fact that every one of you sitting here can do it. I don't deny that. All of us are blessed with same capabilities. I'm telling you again, no matter you're from government school or any other school or any other college. So all of us, all the human beings are blessed with similar capabilities, almost similar. Only thing is, we need to put that discipline. If you exhibit certain amount of discipline and great level of commitment, you can get whatever you want. I'm standing here and telling you, trust this very blindly. Don't think that you came from this place or you studied somewhere else. Don't think that. Never ever think that. Never ever put limitation in your mind. If you want something, go for it. Work hard, go for it. Especially girl children also, boy children also, both of you. Work hard. Have goals. If anyone is saying you that it might be difficult for you, just forget it. Work hard and achieve whatever you want. There is no limit to what we can achieve. I am telling this. So when I was in school, I never thought I'll do something like this. I'll get into public service. I was never thinking that. I thought I'll just do basic engineering and I'll do some regular job or some normal 9 to 5 job, or at least I don't do any job. So if I, with that mindset, with little amount of effort and discipline, could achieve this, most of you might be having many wonderful goals. I interacted with few of you, and you already have very good goals, very good clarity in your life, which I did not have back then. You all can achieve it. Just put your hard work and with your commitment, and respect your parents all the time. That's all. Thank you so much, and I'll open the floor for NCPN.
कोई मतलब टाइम दे चलवा क्वेश्चन रिमूव करके साइड करते हैं क्वेश्चन रिमूव हो जाए डाउट्स
Any questions you can ask, silly questions also. Don't be scared to ask questions. Any silly questions you can ask it.
Thanks for coming, ma'am.
You are prepared.
Most of the talented youth of India wants to serve the nation by joining civil services. I think most of people want to do that. Ma'am, what is your opinion about serving our nation in other services like defense, etc., being a teacher, etc., where most of the youth they spend most of their time in civil services. We see in Delhi, Chennai, Hyderabad, most of youth, they are talented youth of India. We see them using most of their time in civil services. Are there any better services by which they can, they could do more service to their nation?
Your name?
I'm Rasul Khan.
Rasul Khan. Definitely Rasul. Civil service is not the only service where we can serve the nation. In fact, I would say teaching is a more noble profession. Let's not compare, but teaching is noble profession. can create many such civil servants. A teacher can create civil servants, scientists, defense people. Name any profession, it has to come from a teacher only. So by being a teacher, definitely you can serve excellently well. And we have many organizations that go into rural parts of the country and offer free education. We have many Teach for India is also there. Youth for Seva, there is another NGO. So all these great NGOs are doing excellent service. And you raised a very important point, which we all used to discuss in preparation. We spent prime years of time in preparation. An average number of attempts, we have a study there. We have a study conducted by Lokiti. It says that average number of attempts required to clear the exam is 3 attempts. So you'll be spending around 4 to 5 years of your prime time. And most of us get into depression. It's truth. I'm not denying that. There is anxiety. People get anxiety. People get depression. Like sir was rightly pointing out, even if you don't clear the exam after getting 2-3 attempts, then you again have to sit from the first. So your whole 2-year exam period is waste. Only you will have that experience which no one will account for and which will not give you any salary. So that is a task, that is an issue, but then in our country, disproportionate respect and admiration is given to civil service, which is not very healthy in a way. There are people who are doing excellent job than IAS officers. I honestly say that. Yes, people should opt for it. I strongly agree. People should opt for defense also. People should opt for what they like instead of what society wants you to do. Yeah.
Making notes for civil services is very tough, I think, ma'am. Any tips from you for making notes?
Notes.
And another question, what is your optional and why did you choose that?
My option was Telugu literature. Which is funny because I did not study in Telugu medium. After 10th, I think 11th term మాకు తెలుగు సబ్జెక్ట్ ఉండేది. 11th 12th తర్వాత మేము ఎప్పుడు తెలుగు చదివింది లేదు. బట్ ఐ వాస్ ప్రిపేరింగ్ ఫ్రమ్ చెన్నై. సో మనం ఎప్పుడైతే మన మదర్ ల్యాండ్ వదిలి వెళ్తామో దెన్ యూ విల్ రియలైజ్ ది ఇంపార్టెన్స్ ఆఫ్ నేటివ్ థింగ్స్. సో అప్పుడు తెలుగు మీద ఎక్కువ ఇంట్రెస్ట్ రావడం జరిగింది. సో ఐ పిక్ తెలుగు లిటరేచర్ అండ్ మెయిన్లీ బికాస్ వన్ ఆఫ్ మై ఫ్రెండ్ హూ ఇస్ కరెంట్లీ ఐపీఎస్ లీడర్, షీ ఆల్సో హ్యాడ్ తెలుగు లిటరేచర్. సో ఒక ఫ్రెండ్కి ఆల్రెడీ ఉంటే ఈజీగా తెలుసుకోవచ్చు అనేసి ఐ టుక్ తెలుగు అండ్ మెయిన్లీ బికాస్ ఆఫ్ ఇంట్రెస్ట్ ఓన్లీ. టిప్స్ ఫర్ నోట్స్ అంటే వన్ థింగ్ ఐ వుడ్ టెల్ యూ, see you have prelims and mains and interview. Prelims ki don't prepare notes and all. There is a standard book for every subject. Just read that book for 4 to 5 times. Akkada underline chesukondi. Mains for optional you can prepare notes. Don't start preparing notes from the first reading. After you give at least 3 to 4 readings for a standard subject, then you start making notes. Appudu manaku arthamavutundi gist enti. Notes raste will create Xerox copy of the standard book. And one important thing I would like to say is when you read newspaper every day, that will make notes initially. That will help you in answer writing.
What things should we keep in our mind by doing
Self-preparation. One myth I would like to break is we need not go to coaching institute for preparation. I knew friends who cleared in 2 to 3 attempts with self-preparation from home. They did not go to Delhi or Hyderabad. What you need to know is, first thing, you need to have a clarity about exam structure. Second thing, you need to know syllabus in and out. And third thing, it's good if you have someone who has cleared, someone to mentor you. See, because when you are writing prelims, if you interact with the person who already cleared prelims, it will help you. Like you know what kind of thought process goes into writing prelims. Similarly, when you are writing mains, you should interact with the person who has already cleared mains. So that will help you again in streamlining the answer writing, in streamlining your preparation. So now luckily we have all the resources available online thanks to COVID. So you can join some test series and mainly you need to have discipline. That's all. You need to have discipline and probably choose a mentor who is already in preparation or who is giving interview or someone. They will guide you. I
achieve in this sector, in civil service examination, and even you are the top student for all the RGURAA aspirants. So we are so proud of you. And my question is, so we maintain that in the path, in making the path. So how should start initially? See, everyone will think we should start with NCRTs and then standard books, and then we have to make the note making. So if we once getting to the preparation, then it will be easy. But that path is different for us, and the initial motivation is needed, and the how you should suggest that initial part, how we should take the whole journey, how we can start to finish that. And the other one is, I have listened to your interview previously that you said optional subject will be the main deciding factor for our scoring, for our rank. So how one should choose option as their career and that subject, and how we should get into it. Thank you.
So, as I was saying, we have 3 stages in the exam: prelims, mains, and interview. So never segregate preparation of prelims and mains. We should go on jointly. Prelims ki mains ki manamu kalise prepare avvali. And what you said is true. First, we should start with NCRTs only. Basically, we have a few fundamental subjects: history, geography, polity, economy, environment, art and culture, and science and technology. These are 7 subjects which are common in prelims and mains. These are foundational subjects. So we need first to start with NCRTs. They form your base. Then you go to standard books. History, complete your NCRT. Then go to Bipin Chandra or Spectrum. So same with economy. Complete your NCRTs. Then go to Shankar Ganesh. Something will be there. Quality, same thing. Read Constitution at law and all those NCRTs. Then go for Lakshmi Parts. So you complete your NCRTs, give at least 2 to 3 readings, then go for your standard subjects. Now you will have decent level of foundation. So ఇది కాకుండా మనకి ఇంకా extra subjects వస్తాయి, which will be in mains. For example, governance will be there, internal security will be there, ethics will be there, and science and technology is an additional subject which we don't give much focus on prelims. So వీటన్నిటికీ కూడా you need not read books as such, but you should be reading at least 2 years newspaper. So మీరు exam ఇచ్చే ముందు ఒక 1.5 year నుంచి you should be reading all those newspapers. So if you read those newspapers, these tiny subjects which we don't have standard books, you can cover them. So this should be the first thing is you should complete your syllabus. When I say completing your syllabus, everything under the sun counts in the UPSC syllabus. So make a clear demarcation. So first మీరు syllabus ని print out చేసి room లో పెట్టుకోండి, and ensure that for every topic you have covered decent amount of subject. For example, SSG అనే ఒక టాపిక్ ఉంటుంది మన గవర్నెన్స్ లో. SSG అంటే సెల్ఫ్ హెల్ప్ గ్రూప్స్, బేసిక్లీ డ్వాక్రా గ్రూప్స్. అవి చదువుతున్నప్పుడు అది ఎక్కడ ఫామ్ అయింది, ఎట్లా ఫామ్ అయింది, వాట్ ఆర్ ది బెనిఫిట్స్, వాట్ ఆర్ ద ఛాలెంజెస్, బెస్ట్ ప్రాక్టీసెస్ ఇన్ ద ఎంటైర్ కంట్రీ. సో బేసిక్ గా ఇంకా కొంచెం మీ దగ్గర ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఉంటే చాలు, అంతేగాని SSGకి ఒక 2 అవసరం లేదు. So for every subject, for every topic in the syllabus, you should have a decent level of information with you, so that when a topic comes in the exam, you are able to comfortably write the answer. Okay? So once you have decently covered all the syllabus, note making is very personal. Some of us make notes, some of us don't make notes. I did not make notes for GS and prelims because everything, it's easy to read from the book. Notes cheyalante daniki inkocha ekkuva time ayipotundi. So I only made notes for current affairs, which is newspaper reading and optional. So some people differ. Chala mandi ma friends prelims ki notes rasunnaru, which actually helped them. So it's all about how you want to streamline your preparation. Meeku edi correct anipiste ala manam chesukovali. There is no standard rule. So note making again is completely personal to you, that you will understand with time. Syllabus మొత్తం complete చేసిన తర్వాత then you have to do 2 things. Second thing is, first is syllabus completion. Second is you have to write the test series. Take some coaching institute for test series. Everything is available freely in the market only. So take that test series and write the test series. Test series రాయడం వల్ల ఏమవుతుందంటే exam environment you are simulating it. So మీకు ముందే exam environment లో కూర్చొని రాసినప్పుడు ఎలా ఉంటుందో మీకు తెలుస్తుంది, and you will also face the heat of competition. So you have to write test series. That is second thing. And third thing, which we all overlook, we don't give much importance, is doing past year's papers. So in 2021, when I wrote my prelims, I got 141 in prelims. Yes, cutoff was around the 90 or something. So I got it only because I did previous year papers. Previous year's papers చేసినప్పుడు ఏమవుతుందంటే you know how examiner is thinking. Options ఇచ్చినప్పుడు ఏ విధంగా how he wants to confuse you, how he wants to test you. So you will see question from a examiner's perspective. So these three things if you do, I think you are in a decent level of preparation. Rest is nothing.
My question is that which we are familiar with the society, how that these social inequalities affects the overall development of our society. Sorry. How you think that social inequalities affects the overall development of the society?
Social inequalities. It greatly affects. Unfortunately, it greatly affects. Most of us might be victims of that also. Problem comes not just with social inequalities, but problem comes when they compound with economic inequalities also. A section which is socially downtrodden also happens to be economically weaker section. When you are socially and economically weaker, it's easier, you become vulnerable and it's easier to exploit you. That's what happened in World War I, World War II and our freedom struggle also. It greatly affects the development and that is the reason why we focus more on social welfare. India as a country, we focus more on social welfare. We have constitutional provisions which give reservations to downtrodden sections, which give reservations in education also, employment also. Fortunately or unfortunately, even after 75 years of independence, we are not able to completely eliminate. It's going to take time. I request personally is at individual level you ensure that you don't look at the society through that bias. If you could do that, maybe within short period of time we all could see European society. Maybe we might not be alive by that time. But still, the only thing is whether we are going in that direction or not. We should not become regressive. Independence up to we have eliminated all the social inequalities because see that's what happens when someone more powerful from outside comes. We forget our differences. We all become one thing, one family, and then we will start fighting. The moment they left, then again the upper sections started taking the power, and again they started to exploit the downtrodden. It's a cycle. It's a natural cycle. But we all are here to fight that. So at individual level, you should make your efforts. At system level, we are all doing it. It takes time. Yes.
What are the mistakes you did while your preparation, ma'am? And secondly, what improve you to improve in your answer writing skills, especially in mains examination?
So mistake I did was not choosing my option correctly. So when I gave my exam in first attempt, my option was geography. I took geography because everyone was taking geography. I wanted to basically take mathematics because I liked the subject and I knew I can do it decently well. But coaching was not available, test series was not available. Geography it was available in the market, so I chose it. It did not help me. So optional, I think I missed the point when you are asking. I did not ask this. So optional అనేది it should be your interest first thing. ఎందుకంటే లైక్ జిఎస్ మొత్తంకి మనం 50% టైం ఇస్తే ఆప్షన్కి 150% టైం ఇవ్వాలి. So your option should be very strong. It will either make you or break you. It will decide whether you get into the list. It will also decide which service you are getting. Listలోకి వచ్చేదే కాదు సర్వీస్ కూడా ఇంపార్టెంట్. So choose option on your personal interest. మిగతా అన్నీ ఓకే, మార్కెట్ ఫెసిలిటీస్ అన్నీ ఓకే. Choose option on your personal interest and then see a good mentor, good test series, and I think that will be fine. And second thing, what did you ask?
Answer writing skills.
Answer writing. So answer writing, see, most of the engineering students have that problem of answer writing. Art students who did political science, history, వీళ్ళందరికీ అది చాలా ఈజీగా వస్తుంది, మనకు రాదు. Because 10th తర్వాత మనం కాంప్రహెన్షన్ ఎక్కువ చేయాలి. It's a thing with every engineering student across the country. What helped me greatly was reading newspaper. Hindu we have to read mandatorily. when reading Hindu, almost you will immediately pick up answer writing. And also test series. So for answer writing, read Hindu, read newspaper a lot, and write test series, so that you will, in test series within short span of time, within less number of words, you will train yourself to convey the point. See, for each question, I think you all have seen mains questions. 150 words and Rasan, 10 marks, 150 words, 25 marks, 250 words. If you cross the word limit, penalty marks system. So within takkuva words, takkuva time, for each question it will have around 7 minutes only. 10 marks question is 7 minutes, 25 marks is 9 minutes. So you have to train yourself within the time also, number of words also, and again not messing with the quality of the answer. So test series will help you that.
Ma'am, how can you achieve this great success, ma'am? And what is the role of us to develop our nation?
What is the role of
Youth. What is the role of us to develop our nation?
It's okay, success only. Most of the people will get it. Just with little hard work and discipline, everyone can get that. You asked a very good question. Role of youth in the nation. See, if you look at global landscape, India is now at an emerging hotspot. Economically, strategically, we are very strong compared to what we are a decade or 2 decades back. So what you can do is develop your skills. So we are in that prime age of demographic dividend. And in our country, we have a birthing age population in very high number. So this is our only chance to become developed country. And if we developed country, when all these youth are having excellent skills. Skills when I mean skills which matter to this day, which might be AI or machine learning or data analytics. So whatever field you take, it's not just engineering, whatever field you choose, give your 100% commitment. I think that is the only way we can make the nation great. Don't compromise on the quality of the work you are doing. It might be teaching profession, it might be software provision, it might be any government job, or it might be anything. So even if you are an entrepreneurship, many of my batchmates are into this entrepreneurship. So even if you are doing that, don't compromise on the quality, don't compromise on the values. If you could do that at individual level, we definitely, collectively we can make this nation great. We need not do great things to make the nation great. We should do good things in our level to make it great.
ఫైనల్ ఇంటర్వ్యూలో మీకు ఎటువంటి టాపిక్ మీద క్వశ్చన్స్ అన్నారు అండ్ ఒక టాపిక్ మీద మనం నోట్స్ ప్రిపేర్ చేసుకునేటప్పుడు బేసిక్గా ఇంక్లూడ్ అవ్వాల్సిన పాయింట్స్ ఏమి?
So in interview, they don't just focus on one thing. మనం DAF అని ఇస్తాము. DAF అంటే బేసిక్గా రెజ్యూమే అంటారు. దాన్ని డీటెయిల్ అప్లికేషన్ ఫామ్ అంటాము. సో DAFలో మనం డీటెయిల్స్ ఫిల్ చేస్తాం. వేర్ వీఆర్ ఫ్రమ్ స్కూలింగ్, కాలేజ్, అండ్ మన హాబీస్, ఇంట్రెస్ట్ ఏముంది, సర్వీస్ ప్రిఫరెన్స్. యూపీఎస్సీలో మనకి 23 సర్వీసెస్ ఉంటాయి. ఐఏఎస్, ఐపీఎస్, ఐఎఫ్ఎస్ అవన్నీ ఉంటాయి. అండ్ ఆల్సో కార్డర్ ప్రిఫరెన్స్, ఏ కార్డర్, ఏ స్టేట్ కార్డర్. సో దిస్ ఆల్ విల్ కాన్స్టిట్యూట్ యువర్ DAF. So if you are lucky, most of the questions come from your DAF. If you are not lucky and if the chairman is little cranky at that day, he will ask some random question and you will become a scapegoat. But ఏమంటే ఇంటర్వ్యూకి మీరు సపరేట్గా ప్రిపేర్ అవ్వాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. If you qualify mains, it itself means that subject wise you are solidly strong enough. You are good in your subject once you qualify mains. ఇంటర్వ్యూలో బేసికలీ అండి 2 things. One is clarity of your thought. సో ఒక సబ్జెక్ట్ తీసుకుంటే, ఒక డిబేట్ తీసుకుంటే మీకు ఎంత క్లారిటీ ఉంది ఆ ఇష్యూ మీద. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ గ్రీక్ ఎకనామిక్ క్రైసిస్ ఉంది, ఇప్పుడు యుక్రెయిన్ క్రైసిస్ జరుగుతుంది. సో హౌ మచ్ క్లారిటీ యూ ఆర్ హ్యావింగ్ ఆన్ దట్ థాట్, ఆన్ దట్ ఇష్యూ, దట్ ఈస్ ఫస్ట్ థింగ్. అండ్ సెకండ్ థింగ్, హౌ వెల్ యూ ఆర్ ఏబుల్ టు కన్వే టు ది సెకండ్ పర్సన్, టు ది ఇంటర్వ్యూయర్ basically. So you need not use any hi-fi language. In very simple words, if you are able to convey it properly. మనం ఏమనుకుంటున్నాం, ఇక్కడ క్లారిటీ ఉండాలి, ఏమనుకుంటున్నాం అన్నది అవతల వాళ్ళకి అర్థం అవ్వాలి. సో ఈ రెండు మనం ఎన్ష్యూర్ చేసుకుంటే ఇంటర్వ్యూ ఇస్ డన్. వీ నీడ్ నాట్ డూ ఎక్స్ట్రా ప్రిపరేషన్ అండ్ నోట్స్ ఫర్ ఇంటర్వ్యూ. దట్ ఈస్ రిగార్డింగ్ ఇంటర్వ్యూ. అండ్ what is the other thing you asked?
నోట్స్ నోట్స్ ప్రిపేర్ చేసేటప్పుడు ఒక టాపిక్
So notes, that's what I was telling. Notes you should start preparing only in the fourth or fifth reading only. So multiple readings చేసిన తర్వాత then you will understand the gist of the subject. Then you will prepare the notes. Once you read basic facts, 2-3 facts to quote in the exam, and main debatable points.
Hi ma'am, this is Sajanya. మిమ్మల్ని చూస్తుంటే ఒక నేటివ్ ఫీలింగ్ వస్తుంది బికాజ్ ఐఎమ్ ఫ్రమ్ రాజంపేట్. మ్యామ్ మై క్వశ్చన్ ఈజ్ వాట్ ఈస్ యర్ వ్యూస్ ఆన్ పాలిటిక్స్ and how they are in our country playing a crucial role, because how good may be the laws, but it should be implemented by the politics, of course, IAS officers, IPS officers, but they are influenced by politicians. Then what should come to become a powerful nation in the country?
Okay. So, as per civil service conduct rules, I cannot make any politically incorrect statements, but that doesn't mean I cannot answer your question. See, in general, we all have a not so positive feeling when we cannot appreciate the fact that country is governed by politics. At the end of the day, who are politicians? The same people who we selected. We voted them and we selected them. It's not always not good, because an MLA who is 3 to 4 time MLA, he have very good ground knowledge compared to any civil servant who come there. So we can find one common point where we can use their knowledge, where we can use their human connections, and be strong in our rule of law. We should be firm. As civil servants, we should be firm. Prerna, if they ask something which is not doable, I will say no. That's how we are trained. We are trained to say no. So yeah, it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. We finally selected them. It's good because they have good ground knowledge and experience. Then you all are making me revise my civil service notes. See, initially when caste was designated, as per the books, I'm telling you, so it was designated on occupation basis. So occupation palana ee pani chese vallaki, vrutti chese vallaki, ee caste name was given. And one good thing then was, it was not following the lineage of the family. అంటే ఇప్పుడు ఒక ఫాదర్ కాస్ట్ ఉంటే కిడ్ అదే కాస్ట్ అవ్వాల్సింది లేకుండా ఉంది. So when a kid chooses something else occupation, caste used to change. So caste is not a permanent thing in human life back then when it initially started. But over a period of time, caste has grown into the society, and our society is defined by caste, fortunately or unfortunately. Caste as such is a neutral thing. The problem comes when we use it to discriminate. So when we use it to discriminate, and when we use the position given by the caste to discriminate others, then it becomes a difficult thing. It becomes a very absolutely wrong thing. And also, when you are in a society, when you are deciding the future of a person, at the instant of his birth to a particular family, then we are in a regressive society. So caste discrimination is completely wrong. It is not negotiable. So you as the youngsters, you should bring that change. You should not. One bad thing is that in like last 5 to 10 years, we have seen that in colleges, caste books are very. It's not a very good thing. So maybe you as youngsters, you can take that change, leave that bias, and yeah. Reservation. That's a big word debate. We will discuss another time. This time is not sufficient.
I would like to add a question regarding this on this point. It is related to the gender equality. So when you were student here, I think the topic was debated by you. Equal rights to girls. So what is your opinion now? You came across all your journey and you became successful. And if you see here also, we girls are more than boys. Not only here, and in RGURAA, we have more than 65% of girls. So what is your current opinion?
Let's have to work for it.
That's again regressive, sir. It should not happen that way also.
It's a very proud thing and happy thing also when more girls are coming to study. Right? And I can see, I think around 60% of the hall is with girls only. I'm being very proud, and again I'm being very proud, and also boys don't lose the confidence.
Ma'am, gender equality, you have raised one very good point, ma'am. Even today we have the inequality issue, especially in the professions, in all the professions. There is one report, gender inequality, global gender inequality report, which says that even by the at the global level, I'm not talking about national and mandal level. At the global level, we can get equality of wages, no? Equality of wages in every profession only by the year 2175. So we will not be alive by that time. So we have come a long way. We have come a long way. There are so many issues here. Women, when we come out for working, especially in the last generation, when our parents' generation they came out, they worked for women's rights, and they made easy for our generation to work on that. When we came out, the problem was that we were doing excellently well in the profession, but when we come back home, we had a double burden. That is one issue is there. Like, see, as a human, what you can do is limited. Your physical capacity is limited, your mental capacity is limited. You cannot be a servant Baryaman. Usually, we women have that that what do you say, that complex. Because if we go less at one point of time, we are afraid that our position will be snatched away. Unfortunately, we are in that place. But thing is, ma'am, I would like to say, if we see our parents' generation, mothers used to come back to home and they used to do all household activities also. In our generation, husbands are very supportive. True, I'm saying it very openly. My brother cooks very well than me. So my husband also, though he doesn't cook, he does all the work, household work when he comes back to home. So in that way, like especially male community, male fraternity, this generation I find it very good now. They are very, they are willing to support their wives, they are willing to support their mothers and sisters, which is a very positive change. And I'm so happy for that, so you all should do that. Every career is important, whether it's sisters or mothers or your fathers.
Good morning, ma'am. What's your strategy towards current affairs and what would you suggest to the beginners?
So current affairs, I completely relied on Hindu only. Hindu newspaper was there, no? So it's a standard newspaper. Initially, you will struggle to read it and learn it because it's tough. It's one of the most standard newspapers in the entire country. So it usually takes 2 hours to complete the paper, editorial section, opinion section, everything. But over a period of time, if you consistently do it, you can complete the newspaper in 30 minutes. So Hindu Baga Chadavan, that is the only newspaper related current affairs, and these people release this current affairs magazine. Booklet release is the money coaching institute. See, the newspapers, we cannot cover every news which is coming. We have to focus on our optional also. So in coaching institutes, they pay certain people and they put up a team and qualitative notes prepare newspaper. When someone is preparing, we will let us use it. So use your newspaper also. On top of it, take some current affairs notes. Maybe one you can take just to cover up whatever you missed.
One more question.
All that I
My question is, during preparation, there are factors that may self-pressure, not pressure by parents or family. If pressure is others, they have self-discipline, we are not able to support our families. How can we practice social or bounce back from the situation, get back
In my case, what happened, when I gave the first attempt, I gave prelims, mains and interview. So I was not very depressed regarding the examination, but it took me time. I knew that if given right efforts, I'll clear. Even then, I faced whatever you mentioned. There will be a lot of pressure from every side, and my friends who rode with me in person, they used to clear before me. 2020, one of my best friend cleared. She's in Tamil Nadu. So there will be that pressure. Maybe we always doubt. If I say that I never doubted myself, it's a false statement only. We always doubt ourselves, which is again good. It's okay to have all those conflicting thoughts. Maybe you can think about why you entered. They say that Instagram post, if your why is strong, then you can face anything. So you remind yourself about why you came, why you chose this path. That will give you a little motivation, and have a good peer group who are also prepared. That actually helps.
What is the item is not of the subject?
Now,
And also, second, you said about current affairs, we need to have daily management, daily newspaper. But initially, with the basic knowledge of NCRTs, we are unable to understand the editorial pages. Those are not, it is quite difficult. So, how we should get used to read that newspaper?
it takes time. It takes time. Newspaper is not easy. It took me some 3 to 4 months of time to understand what they are writing first of all. So that's fine. It takes time. Just put the effort. Don't get disheartened when you don't understand newspaper, because people who are writing the editorial columns are experts, or that subject experts. For example, Stanley is one person who writes in Hindu very frequently regarding strategic foreign affairs. That fellow is expert there for some 20, 30 years. We cannot just, as a newbie, open the page, read it and understand it without basic knowledge. It's fine. It's fine. You pick it up. You should be consistent in the newspaper.
What's the right time for
Optionally, whenever you start preparation, you should start your option.
As many people say, we have 15 hours dedicated study or 18 hours dedicated study in a day. Then this reveal your secret to us. How do you schedule your day when you watch UPSC?
See, initially first year I used to study around 14-15 hours easily, because see, that's what when a newspaper, you someone of you raised that question. No? See, you should be fast enough to grasp. మనం లేట్ చేసే కొద్ది ఏమవుతుందంటే the knowledge gap will be widening and we will not be able to cope up with the speed with which news is coming out. So ఒక issue వస్తుందంటే we should not be taking much time to understand it. We should be fast enough to grasp. If you do that, I think it will be easier for you to keep that momentum of the preparation. That you can keep. I forgot what you asked. Time to first year I was like preparing from 12 to 14 hours minimum, only first year. After that I was working, so I was doing a regular job, so I used to prepare around 6 to 7 hours. Because by that time I knew all the basics, there is no need to read in 14 hours. So I just need to brush up the topics, and I used to write test series only. So 7 to 8 hours is sufficient. If you are preparing for 1 year, for example, you want to give next May prelims, maybe from this May you can start. 1 year sufficient period is there. Every day, if you prepare roughly around 8 to 9 hours, depending upon your optional, that is sufficient. But you should do it every day. The problem comes is we, especially engineers, we have this last day syndrome. No, exam repatti I also did that. So we should not. That will not help in the syllabus. You should be consistent every single day. Every single day you should read average 6 to 8 hours.
What is the right time to start preparation?
There is no right time. When are you planning to give the exam? Next year? Intermediate second year. You can just read the newspaper, that's fine. Just do your subjects well. Do your inter subjects well, learn them properly, but have a idea about what's happening around you. Country lo em jarugutundi, newspaper chadavanడి చాలు. అంటే గ్రాడ్యుయేషన్ అవ్వాలి. Like one qualification to write the exam is you should be a graduate. Final year you can write. Okay. In that way you are asking. There is no right time, but I would suggest you do it in your early 20s, or at least like not early 20s, so 25, 9 will be good. But again, this is very personal opinion. Don't take it. Anytime when you feel you are determined and when you are ready to put all your efforts for 1 year, 1.5 years without any disturbance, then start after graduation.
First year admissions తీసుకుంటారు. First year ఇంటర్మీడియట్ ఫస్ట్ ఇయర్ వాళ్ళు ఇమ్మీడియట్గా నాకు ఐఏఎస్ బుక్స్ కావాలి. సో ఈ క్వశ్చన్కి కరెక్ట్గా ఈ క్వశ్చన్ మీకు ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేసి ఆ నెక్స్ట్ టైం
ఐఏఎస్ బుక్స్ అంటే ఏమున్నాయి మన దగ్గర? అంటే నాకు తెలియదు ఐఏఎస్.
సో జాయిన్ అవుతారు. నాకు కరెంట్ అఫైర్స్ చేస్తున్నాను అంటే ఒక ఐడియా.
ఓకే, తీసుకుంటారు. లక్ష్మీకాంత్ తీసుకుంటారు, మళ్ళీ వాళ్ళు ఇక్కడ తెచ్చిస్తారు. For PUC, I suggest you focus on your semester exams. So semester exams you focus, you dedicate your complete time to learn about the subjects which are given to you. అది కాకుండా మీరు ఏం చేయొచ్చు అంటే రీడ్ న్యూస్ పేపర్. దట్ ఈస్ మోర్ దాన్ ఇనఫ్. మీరు 4 years తర్వాత ఎగ్జామ్ రాస్తారు, అప్పటికి స్టాండర్డ్ బుక్ అవ్వచ్చు అవ్వచ్చు. సో రీడ్ ద న్యూస్ పేపర్ and maybe books there is no wrong also. When you are in PUC you can just see the book to get a flavor. It's not wrong also, that's fine. But right now you should put more effort on your PUC subjects only. For engineering students also I would say that only. Maybe in 3rd and 4th year you can dedicate your time for civil preparation without compromising on your semester exams. It does no good when you are not doing in semester exams and when you are preparing for the civils. Because it's always good to have your backup plan. Your GPA should be good. So please remember that your CGPA should be good. Everyone chepte lede marks mostly ledanటే no, don't believe that. Your CGPA should be good. You should work hard in your engineering. And మీరు చదవండి, ఇంటర్ సబ్జెక్ట్స్ చదవండి, న్యూస్ పేపర్ చదవండి. 3rd year 4th year లో you can streamline your preparation. Proper UPSC preparation మీరు చేసుకోవచ్చు.
Good morning. This is Lakshmi. Is coaching is mandatory for the preparation of UPSC?
Not mandatory. You should know what syllabus is. Like I said, you should write a series, and if you have one mentor who is writing the exam and he is able to guide you, that is fine. You need not go to Delhi or Chennai. Like we are discussing the same with directors. So COVID తర్వాత అన్ని ఆన్లైన్ లో ఉన్నాయి. You should have a clarity of what exam demands from you. Exam మీ నుంచి ఏం డిమాండ్ చేస్తున్న క్లారిటీ వస్తే ఇట్స్ నాట్ నెసెసరీ.
Excuse me, at first I am very thankful for your presentation. So my query about as of told earlier, the clear CSK and I4. So why did you choose CSK other than I4?
I actually wanted to join forest service only, and being very honest, I gave more effort to forest service. My forest service rank was all there at 2. So I gave more effort. I wanted to join forest service only because we'll be closer to nature. Sir? Forestry and geology, sir. Geology and forestry. So I did not write forest service till then. In 2021, after civils mains December lo January 4th ka time అయిపోయింది. తర్వాత నుంచి forest mains 45 days ఉంది. So only that 45 days I have prepared actually. I did not know about geology and forestry till then. but luckily it went through and I cleared. I wanted to join forest service because it gives you work-life balance and will be closer to nature. I like trekking and all. But what happened in both services, I got Andhra cadre only. So in forest service also I got Andhra cadre and IAS also I got Andhra cadre. So when I discussed with few seniors, they said that the kind of diversity which we have in civil service is huge. IFOS is really great service. Here it's more challenging and we get to see diverse subjects. For example, I tell you, I was sub-collector Kandukur till 28th August. And the number I was working there. So sub-collector and you will have some mandals, tahsildars, revenue chuskuntamu, election work election chestamu, regular government schemes, development, even social senior citizens we chuskuntamu. So we have Ramayapatnam port in my division. The Ramayapatnam Greenfield port, the construction jarugutundi. One is already complete. So then this port development kosamu, port management kosamu, over 2-3 people tender bills వచ్చి. So because I am the sub-divisional magistrate there, it's my responsibility to identify them, to call for the tender and identify the person. So I am just an engineer who cleared civil service. I did not know anything about port management. So within 1 week, I have to learn everything about port management, port economics, which is the best governance model for the port, and which will suit Ram. So this kind of diversity you get in civil services only. So maybe that's the reason I choose. Nothing much. That's a very good question considering the situation which we are in right now. So women safety, maybe we can take in 2 aspects. One is institutional safety, wherever women are working or doing their graduation. And second is in general societal safety in the public places when we go outside. Having a safe environment is very important. See, thing is we have made many setup. We have many good institutional setup and many good laws and rules to ensure women's safety at every place. Yeah, correct. That's true. That's true. See, it's not just from the supply side. They say. ఎంతసేపటికి మనము పోలీస్ వచ్చి ఉమెన్ సేఫ్టీ ఎన్ష్యూర్ చేయలేదు. As a society, we all should ensure, we all should develop this society as a safe space for women. See, you know about patriarchy, that is there from the very long time. So when certain people in the society feel that because of gender they are superior, and when that thought still persists in certain section of the people, it's so difficult to ensure safety unless we bring behavioral change among them, which is possible through education. So again, like caste, this is also one big evil which is eating our society. It's very difficult and it's very unfortunate that after this many years of independence, we still have to discuss these basic things and women are going out in space. So it's a thing, maybe we should strengthen our institutions and in my, okay, so as a joint collector, I am in charge of the collectorate. So we have in-house women safety team under the Prevention of Sexual Harassment for the Women Act. So that we will be strengthening. And one thing I did as a sub-collector, I can proudly say that I strengthened that institution in my sub-collector office. And I ensured the same respect is given to women tahsildars, which is given to male tahsildars. It's a very... Two things here I would like to say. One thing is this thing. In general, it seems very common thing. Women tahsildar ante pair pettustaru. Male tahsildar tahsildar garu antaru. I noticed it and then I strictly said that in my office, my subdivision, this is not going to happen. Because see, this might seem very small thing, but when we are working, we should be given the same respect. There is no reason why I should be called by my name and I should not be called as per the designation with God. So that is one thing. And second thing, Mama, especially at lower level. See, I am at a decent managerial level. I have all my facilities, my staff is there who will work for me, and like transportation, everything is taken care for me. There are no major issues. But for senior assistant cadre, tahsildar cadre, there is no support system for them. They have to take care of their families also. Again, they have to come to office. They have to work hard here also. What in general people do is, especially in election works and all, difficult works where we need to stay overnight, they don't give it to women. So we are losing an opportunity there. Instead of creating a safe environment in your office, you are giving opportunity to a person because of the gender and because you failed to provide that security. So that I did not allow in my office. Every work I gave on merit basis only. So my deputy tahsildars, my tahsildars, I saw who is capable of which work, and then only I gave. So these basic things I did. Again, maybe in JC level, I think I will continue, and maybe some other good things I will do.
Have you ever experienced that situation?
No, luckily no. I was waiting for this question. So luckily no. In Andhra, it's a very good cadre. In other cadres, still there is discrimination. Certain posts are given to women, certain posts are not given to women. In Andhra, post is given to you completely based on your merit and efficiency. So actually, after sub collector, I was given posting as commissioner Nellore. So commissioner is a very strong post. None of my batchmates got it, though there are many other officers. So in a way, I did not face any discrimination. In my profession, I haven't faced. Luckily, I'm that very minute section of the population who did not face. At my family also, I did not face. At relatives level, we usually face. In my close family, my father and mother, they never showed me that. And my brother also, he doesn't do that. So in a way, I'm lucky. In that way, I'm lucky. Of the second.
Good morning, ma'am. As a civil servant, what are the steps to take in girls' education, especially in rural areas?
We have KGBs. And see, one more thing. As an individual, we cannot take many steps, institutional steps. So system establishes systems, and we are there to manage the system and strengthen the system. Girls hostels ఉంటాయి, KGB hostels ఉంటాయి. ఇవన్నీ వెరీ గుడ్ థాట్ తో ఎస్టాబ్లిష్ చేసింది గవర్నమెంట్ దట్ గర్ల్స్ చిల్డ్రన్ కి మనకు మంచి క్వాలిటీ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ఇవ్వాలి అనేసి. Problem is when they are not being maintained properly. So as a civil servant, what I can do is I can ensure that they are maintained properly. But this year what we did in our subdivision is school start అయిపోయిన తర్వాత we identified in my subdivision 9th 10th చదివి the 9th 10th లో dropouts, lady dropouts girls children dropouts. So we made a list of dropouts who were in 9th and 10th standard. అంటే లాస్ట్ ఇయర్ 8th చదివి 9th జాయిన్ అవ్వలేవాడు, 9th చదివి 10th జాయిన్ అవ్వలేవాడు. సో మాకు ఒక 84 మెంబర్స్ వచ్చారు. సో వాళ్ళందరికీ వాళ్ళ ఫ్యామిలీస్ పిలిపించి కౌన్సిలింగ్ ఇచ్చారు. So these are very small systemic things we can do. That we did, and 84 లో అందరూ జాయిన్ అవ్వలేదు, 65 జాయిన్ అయ్యారు, which is still a good number. So these things.
India democratic evidence. People are calling Prime Minister calling it the Amritsar part of India development. And at the same time, Indian education system is one of the best education systems in the world. Suppose you see the report in 2019, according to PISA study, 73 countries participated in the PISA study, we got 70%. And only 2 countries. After that, they are not participating in that. So, and I am working in this project from 2013 and seeing this downfall of the college and all those education. My question is, demographic dividend ని మనం ఉపయోగించుకొని ఇండియా డెవలప్డ్ కంట్రీ అవ్వాలి అంటే నెక్స్ట్ 30-40 years ఎడ్యుకేషన్ సిస్టమ్ అవ్వకుండా ఇంపాసిబుల్. ఇంకా ఏం చేసినా ఓన్లీ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ సిస్టమ్ ద్వారానే మనకు హ్యూమన్ క్యాపిటల్ మనం చేసుకోవాలి. కానీ ఆల్ సిస్టమ్ ఇస్ ట్రైంగ్ టు గివ్ లైక్ సోషల్ వర్కర్స్ ఐ నో ఐ యామ్ నాట్ అగైన్స్ట్ దట్. బట్ థింగ్ ఏంటంటే ఆన్ పేపర్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్ ఇస్ గుడ్, బట్ యాక్షన్ లెవెల్కి వచ్చేసరికి థింగ్స్ ఆర్ నాట్ ప్రాక్టికల్ లెవెల్కి వచ్చేసరికి ఆన్ పేపర్. సపోజ్ లైక్ యూ టేక్ RGURAA. 2008 స్టార్ట్ చేసినప్పుడు అక్కడ ఇన్ఫ్రాస్ట్రక్చర్ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ ఉన్నాయి. బట్ హ్యూమన్ రిసోర్సెస్ ఆర్ వెరీ గుడ్. మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ద ఫ్యాకల్టీ కేమ్ ఫ్రమ్ ద ఐటీ అండ్ దే హ్యావ్ సమ్ జీల్ అండ్ అందరు బ్యాచిలర్స్ ఉండేవాళ్ళు, అక్కడ ఫ్యామిలీస్ అండ్ దే సాక్రిఫైస్ దేర్ లైఫ్ ఫర్ దేర్ స్టూడెంట్స్. అంటే హై అంబిషన్ వచ్చారు, శాలరీస్ మనీ ఎంత వస్తుంది వీటి ఇంకా కరెక్ట్ అవ్వలేదు. సో నౌ దిస్ ఈస్ అట్ 2024 we have good infrastructure physical basis. But faculty లేరు, యాక్చువల్లీ చెప్పాలంటే ఫ్యాకల్టీ లేరు. అండ్ లాస్ట్ ఇయర్ 2-3 years బ్యాక్ ఐడెంటిఫికేషన్ ఆఫ్ ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ జియో నెంబర్ 110 అకార్డింగ్ టు దట్ ఏదైతే ఒక పిహెచ్డి చేసిన పర్సన్కి లేదా ఎంటెక్ చేసిన పర్సన్కి గవర్నమెంట్ విల్ గివ్ 30,000 rupees salary as a teacher assistant professor. సో మీరు జాగ్రత్తగా ఆలోచిస్తే ఒక పిహెచ్డి చేసిన పర్సన్ లేదా ఒక ఐఐటి నుంచి ఎంటెక్ పిహెచ్డి చేసిన పర్సన్ మన టీచింగ్లో కనుక చేయాలి అనుకుంటే 30,000 అతను at the age of 30 after పిహెచ్డి అయిన తర్వాత ఒక ఏజ్ of 30 మ్యారీడ్ అయితే పిల్లలు వేసుకొని 30,000 rupees పని చేసి సర్వీస్ చేయగలుగుతారు. అలాంటి ఫ్యాకల్టీ ఎవరైనా వస్తే కనుక వాళ్ళు ఎవరో ఒకరు వస్తారు, కానీ వాళ్ళ వల్ల కాలేజీ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ సిస్టమ్ వర్కౌట్ అవుతుంది. అతను పోటీ చేసిన స్టూడెంట్స్ ఫ్యూచర్ జనరేషన్ కంట్రీ గ్రోత్ అంటే ఈ జియో రిలీజ్ చేసిన కూడా యాప్సీ. సో నాకు అర్థం కాదు ఏంటంటే ఇంక ఇంటెలిజెంట్ పీపుల్ సిస్టంలో ఉంది బేసిక్ సీడ్ని ఎందుకు నాశనం చేస్తున్నారు అంటే అది నెక్స్ట్ క్వశ్చన్ ఆర్జికేటీ గోల్డెన్ చేసేసారు. మీరు ఆర్జికేటీ ఎలా గోల్డెన్ అనేది అలా టచ్ అయ్యి కనుక వచ్చేస్తారు. డౌన్ ఫాల్ కంటిన్యూస్ డౌన్ ఫాల్ చేస్తున్నారు. ఒకవేళ మీరు ఆర్జికేటీలో ఉన్న మేము ఒకవేళ ఫ్యూచర్లో కనుక మీరు డౌన్ ఫాల్ ఆపేసి దీన్ని గ్రో చేసి అడ్మిషన్స్ కూడా మీరు చూడొచ్చు. సీట్స్ మీకు మీరు ఉన్నప్పుడు మళ్ళీ మీకు 3-4 సీట్స్ వచ్చాయి, ఇవాళ 4-5 కౌన్సిలింగ్స్ పెట్టినా కూడా స్టిల్ వేకెన్సీస్ మిగులుతుంది. సో వీ నో ద ప్రాబ్లమ్స్, కానీ వీటిని ఎలా మనం అడ్రస్ చేయాలి? ఇప్పుడు మాకున్న ఫ్యాకల్టీ కానీ ఇక్కడ అడ్మినిస్ట్రేషన్ కానీ నేను చేయగలిగిన థింగ్స్ ఏంటి, నేను డెవలప్ చేయడం ఈ కాలేజీ ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్. ఎందుకంటే ఈ కాలేజీ డెవలప్ అయితే దాదాపు 8,000 మంది స్టూడెంట్స్ మంచి ఆపర్చునిటీస్ అని జస్ట్ ఏదో ఫీజు కట్టలేక కొంతమంది పేరెంట్స్ జాయిన్ చేస్తున్నారు. కానీ నిజంగా ఏమైనా మంచి ఫీజు కట్టుంటే ఐఐటీకి వచ్చిన ఈ ఫీజు కట్టిన మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ది పేరెంట్స్ ఉన్నాడు జాయిన్. అలా ఒక ఎకనామిక్ సోషల్ ఎకనామిక్కి తక్కువ ఉన్నట్టు మనం కేసు వచ్చి వాళ్ళ లైఫ్ ఎక్కువ స్పాయిల్ చేయకుండా వాళ్ళ క్యాపిటల్ చేస్తారు. అంత క్యాపిటల్ మనం ఇచ్చి వాళ్ళు వెళ్ళాల్సిన పొటెన్షియల్ ఏదైతే దాన్ని మనం రీచ్ చేయాలని కూడా ఎడ్యుకేషన్ సిస్టమ్ ఉంటుంది. ఏంటి 1 or 2 స్టూడెంట్స్ బయటకి ఎంత సిస్టమ్ రాకపోయినా కూడా వాళ్ళని సెల్ఫ్ డిసిప్లిన్ ఏదో చేయొచ్చు. బట్ ఎంటైర్ సిస్టమ్ ఉంటే కనుక యావరేజ్గా బాగుంది. సో వాట్ ఈస్ యువర్ అడ్వైస్ ఫర్ ఆర్టికేటింగ్ ఫ్యాకల్టీ అండ్
యాక్చువల్గా ఏమైందంటే 2008లో ఫ్యాకల్టీ మెంబర్స్
Silence, just give us 1 minute.
They are being regularized over a period of time. So, ఒక phase లో regularize అయింది. ఆ తర్వాత ఏమైందంటే గవర్నమెంట్ has taken some reforms. The government has taken some reforms. ఆ రిఫార్మ్స్ లో ఏమైందంటే ఆల్రెడీ ఇక్కడికి తీసుకొచ్చిన టాప్ క్రీమ్ ఫ్యాకల్టీ మెంబర్స్ ఉంటారు కదా, యూనివర్సిటీస్ నుంచి అండ్ ఐఐటీస్ నుంచి, వాళ్ళను గవర్నమెంట్ వాళ్ళు ఒక ఎలా ఫార్ములేట్ చేశారంటే యాక్చువల్గా ఆర్జీకేటీ వాజ్ ఇండిపెండెంట్ ఐడెంటిటీ ఫ్రమ్ 2008 onwards. నోవే కనెక్టెడ్ విత్ ద గవర్నమెంట్ అండ్ గవర్నమెంట్ పాలసీస్. సంహౌ ఆర్జీకేటీని ఆ పాలసీస్ కిందకి తీసుకొచ్చి ఏం చేశారంటే వీళ్ళ రెగ్యులరైజేషన్ డిస్ట్రక్ట్ అయిపోయింది. ఈ డిస్ట్రక్ట్ అయిన ప్రాసెస్లో ఏమైపోయిందంటే మెనీ ఆఫ్ ది గుడ్ ఫ్యాకల్టీ మెంబర్స్ ఆర్ లెఫ్ట్ ఫ్రమ్ హియర్. నౌ ఇఫ్ యూ ఇమాజిన్ విత్ ద ఫ్యాకల్టీ హూ వర్ దేర్ ఇన్ 2010 and today, almost 90% of good faculty are left. Now most probably his idea is 10% are still left and other recruitments are happened. Now if it is being regularized or these faculty might be given a better packages so that these people can be retained. If it is not, definitely the quality of education is deteriorating. That is the thing he wants to express, and what you can give inputs for the administration so as to make the quality of education should be improved in the campus, and faculty satisfaction needs to be improved. Many of the faculty, even after joining here, I noticed that almost many of the faculty were not happy with their emoluments and all. Whatever the emolument they are supposed to get also not getting. That I also noticed. But what should we do? Is it a question? Or, yeah.
Whatever points that has been raised are 100% correct. I'm not denying any of the points, but addressing each of them. So first thing mentioned the demographic dividends, thing and all. So I would like to say, not just in our college, unfortunately, our higher education system, our engineering or our graduation stops where the industry starts. ఎక్కడైతే ఇంజనీరింగ్ స్టార్ట్ చేస్తున్నామో, ఫోర్త్ ఇయర్ ఎక్కడ స్టార్ట్ చేస్తున్నామో అక్కడ నుంచి బయట ఉన్న ఇండస్ట్రీ స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది, ఇండస్ట్రీ ఆపరేషన్స్ వర్కింగ్. సో ఇట్స్ that particular thing which you have raised is not particular to ours alone. Almost all the engineering colleges except few institutes which are IITs and IISs, whatever some might be facing the same issue. So that is one systemic issue that needs a curriculum change. That is something that thought should be given by Education Ministry. Unfortunately, we are not giving, which is a sad state of affairs. We are putting vast resources in primary education and we are not giving the same emphasis on higher education. The reason is we are still a developing country. We are not, we are one side a very developing country and we are other side having high ambition. So developing country annappudu our focus is more on reducing the illiteracy. So anduku manamu some crores major part of our budget we are pushing it to primary education schools. So it's not wrong also. Second thing, we are not giving the same emphasis on higher education. If you see the percentage of grants which are given to engineering colleges, UGC, they have gone drastically low in the last 1 decade. I heard that the PhD used to get a good stipend 5 years back than what he is getting now, which is unfortunate. There is no point in putting a rosy picture in that. You ask me if that GO, if the person can sustain, no, they cannot sustain with a family. That is truth. And thing is, that's what we have minimal resources. In primary education, we again made a mistake. You rightly point out the PISA. సరే ఇప్పుడు ప్రైమరీ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ అంత డబ్బులు ఇస్తున్నాం, దాంట్లో అవుట్కమ్స్ రావాలి, అక్కడ కూడా ఎందుకు రావట్లేదు? వీ హావ్ స్ప్రెడ్ అవర్ రిసోర్సెస్ టూ థింగ్. ప్రతి వీధికి ఒక స్కూల్ పెట్టాం. దిస్ ఐడియా వాజ్ డిస్కస్ బై వన్ ఆఫ్ ది సీనియర్ ఆఫీసర్స్. మనం ప్రతి వీధికి ఒక స్కూల్ పెట్టాము. సో ప్రతి స్కూల్లో ఒక 20-30 లక్షలు పెట్టాం. అలా కాకుండా మండలంకి ఒక 2 స్కూల్స్, మేజర్ బ్లాక్ స్కూల్స్ పెట్టి ఒక 5 crores యూ గివ్ ఫర్ ఈచ్ స్కూల్, 10 crores తో, అంటే ఆ మండలంలో ఉండే చిన్న స్కూల్స్ అన్నిటికీ కలిపి వచ్చే అమౌంట్ 2 మేజర్ స్కూల్స్ we can put bus facility and you can develop international facilities, world class facilities in that particular school only. That we failed to do. We lost that opportunity as a country. So we have spread our మన దగ్గర ఏదైతే డబ్బులు ఉన్నాయో we have spread it too thin. ప్రతి స్కూల్ కి కొంచెం చిన్నగా ఇచ్చాము. We cannot make major improvements with that amount of money. So we have to compromise. And teachers, sir, when you say that PISA thing, it's a fault with the teachers, because PhD salary and primary school teacher salary, no, we cannot compare. They are getting way much money. That's a fault, systemic fault we need to address. But definitely what money we are getting as a engineering faculty, graduation faculty or PhD faculty, it is not sufficient. It is definitely not sufficient. And we as a country are not able to pay the money. It's not only with the engineering graduation faculty or teaching profession, it's the same with every other government service also. So we as a public servants, we get very, very less money compared to what other counterparts. And I'm talking about monetary terms because the issue came. My friends are earning in crores, we get very less amount, but touchwood, luckily we are taken care of in other aspects of life, so we are not facing the brunt of economic issue. But with time we have to face it, and we don't have resources. We have to cater to welfare, like you said. We have to cater to the welfare, and we have to cater to the quality educators also. And that's why we are having more brain drain, because our people are not getting good facilities here. They are not getting good returns here. So here I would like to quote the example of Singapore. Singapore has best civil servants in the entire world. They did two systemic reforms. One thing is they made it easier for their women to work. That is okay. Second thing, most important thing is they increased the salaries of their government employees, and they took everyone on merit basis. They just did not take not regular appointment. Only on merit basis they have taken, and they have paid very high salaries so that the cream of the country came to work for the government, and there they have very less corruption. So you have to pay good amount, good salary if you want a quality education. There is no question in that. I think with time only we can improve, sir, because we as a country don't have much resources. And another point you raised, sir, what can we do in RGURAA to improve? Sir, as pointed out by Director Sir and you, there are many systemic improvements which at individual level we cannot do. So higher education department has to take a call. I will on this in this occasion I would like to say that whatever I can do from my position I would definitely do for the college. So any access letter or anything if you want to speak with any other secretary, that I can do 100%, sir. We also try for one thing also, hopefully it will happen. So all the time I will be available, whatever I can do at my level. It might not be great also, I am also limited by most of the factors. Even secretary is limited by most of the factors. But that 100% we will do, sir. And the systemic improvements that should happen through policy change. It's very difficult and sad that we cannot change it.
Because it is about 8,000.
I know, sir. Exactly, sir.
Very.
True,
sir.
So I remember my batchmates. So I was from English medium only. I did not face too much issue. I had few friends who were from government college, government schools, and they did their schooling completely in Telugu only. But the way they bounced back when they came to college. So most of the people used to watch English movies. Arts-like people who might be watching this, they are related. So they used to watch English movies. Subtitles not as they learned English. Look at the passion. So if not for the college, most of our batchmates wouldn't have had completed the graduation. They wouldn't have been in such good professions which they are right now. So we are always grateful to the college, sir. 8,000 students are there. Definitely we should do something. I put up this to my secretary, sir. Sir is very good. And, as faculty, what you can do, sir, you always do great. Faculty, you all will do. Every teacher.
Faculty are leaving. There is a problem. In that day, 30 days, ever captain also ఈ పిల్లలు కావాలా నీ పిల్లలు కావాలా అందరూ సర్వీస్ సోషల్ సర్వీస్ అవదే
No, sir. The unfortunate thing is our faculty is put in that situation to choose. At the situation of our faculty, that itself is a major issue.
Last 5 years, there is no single looking. So even government would have, I don't know how they can keep having 30,000 rupees for engineering faculty by giving 60,000, 70,000 for the preliminary school education, and the polytechnic lecturer is getting 70,000, degree lecturer is getting 65,000, intermediate lecturer is getting 60,000. Only engineering faculty will get 30,000. So where engineering is very important for the country, because these people will start the companies, these alumni will start the companies, and they are the backbone of the economy. So you will improve the quality education. These are become simple job seekers. Campus placement is becoming the indicator to money. It's not about how many people are doing great things or how many people are starting industries, how many people are doing.
It's an average. It's not one or two extra like errands here and there. It's the average that we
You
call.
already were in the system. So me administration experience. Now I am only college the same day. You can write a challenge. So our challenges we are implement slow implements. If we can stop the down, implement slow and
I discussed with directors and we maybe can see what we can.
Any other from the students?
We will be taking just one more question to wrap up the Q&A section.
Who is your inspiration?
You know, I am an Marvel. So Iron Man 2, have you seen Iron Man 2? Any episode? house and so then he'll come back and he'll say, no matter what, even if you take my toys, I'll come again and I'll build it back. So we're now using motto rock just now, I'll come back and I'll build again. So that's the kind of confidence Iman has won from. Tony Stark, basically.
Yeah, ma'am. I need a suggestion from you that is it a good thing to have give an attempt right after the graduation? Like as a people we have a limited number of attempts to give in this examination. So while we are studying while we are pursuing the graduation, we would obvious that we can't allocate our most of the time for the preparation. We will have other distractions and all other. So if it's not a good thing to give an attempt, waste an attempt right after the graduation, what amount of good time should we allocate? I mean, should we spend after the graduation before attempting?
See, some people write in the final year to get the flavor of the exam. Maybe you can prepare 1 year dedicatedly, and then if you write, I think you can at least understand what exam is asking. 1 year you can prepare this.
What advice would you give to young people on how to deal with pressures they face today?
How to deal with
Pressures they face.
pressure? Be physically active. That will reduce lot of pressure. So pick up some physical activity and make good friends. Relationships are important in life. Make good friends and identify good mentors. Characters are as rightly used word. Utilize is the correct thing. See, you need to explore. You need to explore the activities which you like in the college. That I did in the college. So enjoying, yeah, we did, but we were little studious also. I think RGURAA the whole as a batch, they were all very competitive. So I think we utilized that steady time very well. We as a batch, but we also were in that we had cultures, many cultures. Back then we had minor in classical art forms and all. So that also was a very good experience for us. We learned those art forms and we were doing many fests and all like what you might be doing right now. So it's a good experience.
My last question.
Also right.
See, now the case is given to so investigation. See. You'll be good at the UPSC chairman. 50 questions where we can fix the candidates. See, as a collector, responding to incident is one thing, and after developing that ecosystem so that women will be safe is second thing. మనం ఎప్పుడు ఏమంటే ఆ రెస్పాండింగ్ ఆ రియాక్షన్ మీద ఎక్కువ ఫోకస్ చేస్తాం. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ హైదరాబాద్లో ఇన్సిడెంట్ జరిగింది, ఇమీడియట్లీ we have encountered. So we will be very happy. And after that again we did not take systemic steps to reduce such kind of incidents. So maybe as a collector we will strengthen the women safety teams, definitely. And there is one bill which is long pending regarding the central medical safety bill. There is nothing collector can do regarding that. So what we can do is we can strengthen the safety teams in education and maybe with SP. SP will be there and we can ensure that, see, Kolkata problem maybe in almost all the cities, especially Delhi, Kolkata, Bombay, we don't have street lighting proper. evening street lighting proper role. It's a very small thing, but it is one of the major determinant of crimes against women. So we will pick it up and we will take such things to create the safe space.
Many of our students are aspirants of public services, especially civil services. How does this engineering study will impact in civil services? Does this useful again?
Yeah, it is very useful. We engineers can do anything, no? See, I am an engineer and I did Telugu literature. I did Telugu literature as optional. Don't ever think that. See, engineering will keep you on edge. We won't study for the entire semester. So in the last year only we will prepare. Just for the funny side, that's for the funny side. See, engineering will improve your analytical ability. So with short resources you have to perform something. So your problem solving skills will. You don't think that because I'm going to write skills or I won't focus on my semester.
Sorry guys, with this we are ending the Q&A session. We'll welcome all your questions and we'll plan a different session. Please do
These two are last questions.
Okay, last two questions, please.
I'm under UPSC prepare same answer but the exam demand understand is some problems. You pattern such as we got exam demand preparation
See, exam demand is only one thing. We usually used to call UPSC as UPSC full form tells me. So we used to call unpredictable public service commission. See, only thing is now I relate more why it is correct also. See, exam is very unpredictable. When I told you past year papers but that doesn't mean they last on that line. Every year they reinvent themselves. During my training, I was attached to DOPT. So training time lo the 3 months memo central government ministries to attach. So I was allotted to DOPT as assistant secretary. DOPT is basically mother department for UPSC and Labas. So when we went there and we saw how they are creating the exam process, how they are reinventing themselves. So exam is very unpredictable. I think that's what they expect us to deal with. మనం ప్రిపేర్ అయిపోయింటాం మంచిగా బట్ దే విల్ నాట్ ఆస్క్ ఎనీథింగ్ ఫ్రమ్ దట్ సో ఇట్ విల్ బి కంప్లీట్లీ డిఫరెంట్ ఎగ్జామ్ క్వశ్చన్ పేపర్ మెథడాలజీ కంప్లీట్లీ దే విల్ చేంజ్ విల్ వెరీ గుడ్ ఎగ్జామ్ సో దే వాంట్ us when something unpredictable happens they want us to deal it very effectively. That is the only thing they want. I relate that now very much because field coaching tarvata everything is unpredictable as long as we are in field till collector post which is around 7 years. So collector వరకు field లో ఉన్నప్పుడు every day some new challenge will come. Nothing normal will happen every day. ఏ రోజు కూడా ఓకే నిన్న జరిగింది ఈ రోజు జరిగింది అని ఏమీ ఉండదు. Every day some unpredictable thing will happen. We have to face it. So maybe exam pattern లో అలాగే డెవలప్ చేస్తున్నారు. That we are not in comfort zone, we are always on the edge. Only when you are dealing with the crisis effectively. My last question, this and this will take only 2 questions. Okay, మీరు కూడా వేయాలి చెప్పండి.
Consistency is very important. Being an engineering student, consistency is very difficult for us due to a lot of factors. Semester exams, mid-year exams, ఇలా చాలా ఉంటాయి. అట్లా మీకు ఏదైనా కన్సిస్టెన్సీ బ్రేక్ అవుతుంది ఎప్పుడైనా సిచ్యువేషన్స్ ఎక్కడ అయ్యాయా దాన్ని ఓవర్కమ్ చేయడానికి మీరు చేస్తారు.
See, fear of competitive exams it will be there. Even if you clear, people who clear one time get into list, get one service, they write again. వాళ్ళకు కూడా fear ఉంటుంది. We have to face that only. That you will face by writing more test series and ensuring that you have completed the syllabus. That gives you little confidence to write the exam. What did you ask? Consistency. Yeah, consistency is an issue. We are human beings. We are not machines who do the same thing every day. Consistency is an issue. Thing is, see, when you waste time, usually how the preparation mentality will be is, when we prepare our life, we will punish ourselves. We will be so critical. That thing will be. So one my friend used to say this. So we should not waste time by thinking about already wasted time. Already waste చేస్తున్నాం. మళ్ళీ ఇంకా కూర్చొని రేపు అయ్యా నేను వేస్ట్ చేసామని చెప్పి కూర్చోకూడదు. Okay, 1 or 2 days you will miss. But on average, you should be able to give it number of hours. See, actually, when you work and prepare, you will be more efficient. I'm telling from personal experience. So first year I wrote like full day 14 hours I used to sit and write. Okay, I'm into little that's one. But that was every year I was working only. So when you work, you have very less time, and you will automatically put your 100% effort. There is something called Parkinson law. ఒక టాస్క్ని ఎంత టైం లిమిట్ ఇచ్చి ఇంత టైంలో చేయొచ్చు అంటే వీ విల్ ఎక్స్పాండ్ ద టాస్క్ దట్ పర్టికులర్ టైం లిమిట్. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ నేను మీకు ఒక వర్క్ ఇచ్చి 2 hours చేయమంటే 2 hours చేస్తాను. అదే 20 hours చేయమంటే 20 hours మనం స్ట్రెచ్ చేస్తాం. సో ఇట్స్ బేసికలీ యాటిట్యూడ్ థింగ్. సో వర్క్ చేస్తూ క్లియర్ చేసిన వాళ్ళు చాలా మంది ఉన్నారు. మై ఫ్రెండ్స్ హూ హావ్ బీన్ వర్కింగ్ ఫ్రమ్ ద డే వన్ అండ్ ప్రిపేర్డ్. మై కలెక్టర్ ఆల్సో సార్ ఆల్సో కరెంట్ చిత్తూరు తెలుసు సార్ ఈజ్ ఆన్ ది ఎక్సలెంట్. Sir also was working in IT, then he prepared for the exam. So, వర్క్ చేసే వాళ్ళకి యాక్చువల్ ఏంటంటే దే ఆర్ ఆన్ ద ఎడ్జ్ కాబట్టి దే విల్ బి మోర్ ఎఫిషియెంట్ బై నేచర్. సో వాళ్ళు ఏం చేయొచ్చు అంటే దే షుడ్ యూజ్ ఎవ్రీ స్మాల్ టైం పీరియడ్ దే గెట్. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ మాకు లంచ్ బ్రేక్ 45 minutes వచ్చేది వర్క్ టైం. సో దట్ లంచ్ బ్రేక్ 15 minutes we used to complete lunch and 30 minutes we used to prepare. సో ఒక స్ట్రెచ్లో 2 hours 3 hours కూర్చొని చదవాలని ఏం లేదు. మధ్యలో ఫోన్లోనే అంత మెటీరియల్ ఉంటుంది మనకి. సో వైల్ ట్రావెలింగ్ ఆటోలో వెళ్ళేటప్పుడు చదువుకునేవాళ్ళు. సో 10-15 minutes wherever you get you utilize that. That's all. You put your effort. 4 years I followed 4 different timetables. Again, see, it's up to you, no? Like every day you should focus on your optional and current affairs. Rest you should plan for your GS.
We are ending this Q&A session with now, and you will all get mail from our alumni cell. You can post your queries. We'll plan a different session. Now we'll start 10th session. I request Ratna ma'am, director sir, and Devo sir to come forward.
Yes, yes.
These drawings are drawn by our students, Jay Prakash and Srikanth from EPC.
మీరు వెనక్కి వచ్చేయండి.
Now I request Ravi sir to present the vote of thanks.
your queries. Once again, I cannot explain in words how much happy and thankful I am to stand here with all the faculty and directors. It's such a blessed opportunity, I should say. And I also hope I did not bore you all. So yes, please work hard, do hard work, and you will achieve great things. Thank you.
So we came to the end of the session. So just last 2 minutes. So many of you have concerns about your women's safety and all these things. Join self-help club. Okay, fight on your own. Don't depend on us. Okay. So defense club sessions are going on in front of the director's house only in the ground. Early morning you can go and join there. Okay. So, and first I thank Ms. Vidyadhari, our alumnus from our GURAA batch, for coming all the way here. So we have been in touch with her from the last 2 years on different occasions. So I want to take two promises. We want to give two promises to RGURAA. So first one is in association with one of our other distinguished alumni, Mr. Sandeep Konam. He is leading on social charity. He is leading Konam fellowships, where he is encouraging a lot of students technically. So with him or without him also, we wish you to mentor at least 1 or 2 students of RGURAA, filtered students only. Like you said, now mentorship is very important. So we seek your mentorship to our students, at least 1 or 2 students, if possible. So that is one thing. Another thing is like for every promotion you will get in your life, we want you to be here. So I hope these 2 promises will be fulfilled from your side, and we always be in touch with you. And all the students, thanks for your presence here. So hope you got much inspired, and I especially thank Dean Academics, Ma'am Ratnakumari Ma'am, and the Ravikumar Sir for their presence, and all the faculty for your gracious presence, and Film and Media Club for covering all this footage. So special applause for them for this thing. And Music Club for all this wonderful song introductory of this meeting, and alumni cell coordinators, all the students for their efforts. Most of them didn't even have their breakfast. It's fine. So and alumni association, the association president and all the other bodies. So they have put much efforts, particularly Krishna. He has followed up presence of Vidyadhari here. And finally, dynamic director sir, and he is like a child in these kind of situations. So he will sit along with you, whatever the situation is there, how much ever time it takes. He's been sitting here from last 1.5 hours, listening to each and every of your question, and with a very rare persons you can see like that. At that stage, so at this kind of events he is child, other kind of events he is like a mentor for all of us. So thank you sir, and thanks administration, and once again thanks Ms. Vidyadhari. So next we will see you here in your next promotion. Thank you. Thank you, already discussed.